What messages are we sending our kids when we show them daily that being connected to our cell phone is more important than they are? And is this really happening today? Is the text message you were sending really worth the disappointment growing in your child's eyes? Our entire life can be totally wrapped up in that little box that we can hardly bring ourselves to put down, our cell phones. Missing a child is a part of life, but missing out on that child's life will be the biggest regret that a parent has to endure. Cell phones are taking parents' attention away from their kids, and it just irritates me as well as breaks my heart to see this happening. There have been so many times that I have witnessed a child being totally ignored while their parent has that cell phone attached to their hand with their head down in a stare. The issue over this has disturbed me to no end. I constantly find myself watching as this takes place in restaurants, stores, and parks, and seeing for myself what this technology has done to the communication, social interaction, and emotional bonding between a parent and a child. First, let's look at the problems caused by parents paying too much attention to their cell phones and not enough attention to their children. Distracted parenting appears to be on the rise, and with it, a rise in child injuries and even deaths have occurred. The distractions from cell phones have been blamed for many a toddler's injury on the playground, at the pool, and even in the home. A recent article written by Ben Worthen in the Wall Street Journal noted that emergency rooms are reporting an increase in non-fatal child injuries. There has been a 12% increase of non-fatal injuries in children under the age of 5. Parents are distancing themselves from the people who are right in front of them, their kids. You see these kids full of hurt, jealousy, and disappointment, and parents who are highly immersed in their flashy handheld gadgets seem to have more negative or less engaged interactions with their children. Also, children need and crave attention. They'll act out to get that attention, and giving the kids their own cell phones in the name of fair play just doesn't cut it. You see it happen all the time in order to keep them occupied while you are engrossed in your own phone. Sure, you're still together as a family, but each person is in their own days of technology. Your kids will practice what you are preaching to them. They learn from you, so if they see you holding a cell phone in your hand 24/7, then they will do the same thing. When visiting the website abcnews.com on March 14, 2014, I found that researchers from the Boston Medical Center went undercover at 15 fast food restaurants in the Boston area. They secretly witnessed 55 caregivers accompanied by one or more children. They took many notes and analyzed their findings to identify common trends around device use. Researchers noticed that parents who were tapping away on their phones tended to ignore their children, or they reacted harshly to their kids' behavior. Dr. Jenny Rodesky, who headed the research project, hopes to use the study results to help the American Academy of Pediatrics develop guidelines for parents around smartphone use. Another issue that a lot of people worry about with cell phones is the threat of radiation and the possible brain development issues from too much usage. We should be more worried about the disconnectedness and the developing mind of our child. Marilyn Monroe once quoted, "This is the culture you are raising your kids in, so don't be surprised if it blows up in your face." As people become more dependent on technology in their lives, they are losing something of their humanity. Even the once sacred bond of a parent and children is being sacrificed and eroding in the new faceless world, where flashy gadgets are more important than human interaction. I'm not saying that parents or caregivers should completely stop using their cell phones. I just think they should limit their usage and create boundaries for those times when you're with your children. When your child is talking, turn off the world and listen to what they have to say. As a result of this cell phone addiction, a more meaningful way of life has been found by millions of people who are choosing to put down their cell phones and to connect with what really matters: the bonding, the memories, and the enjoyment of their children that they are missing out on. There are still a lot of parents out there that need to deal with this addiction, and hopefully through research and education, parents will realize what this is doing to their children as well as the relationships that they have with their children. So please, cherish what you have today, because you will never get yesterday back.